shall go now. Good evening. At this time, I would like to remind everyone to turn off all cell phones and pagers. Seniors, please remain standing. Guests, please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the posting of the colors, pledges, and the national anthem. Senior men, please remove your mortar boards for the invocation. Thank you.
Well, seniors, the day has finally come. First off, I would like to thank all of the family, friends, and faculty that have come out today to see the commencement of the Clear Lake High School class of 2012. It sounds cliche, but it really seems like not too long ago when it was our first day of high school and our parents were dropping us off at the 9th grade center. We were excited, maybe a little nervous too, but we really had no idea what we were about to go through for the next 4 years of our life. It really is a unique experience to go through a public high school, especially one as large as ours, with a class size of over 800 students. The interests, personalities, and talents of each individual are truly remarkable. I think I speak for everyone when I say this year has been both amazing and unforgettable, and this has really been an exceptional group of students. I know for a fact that each and every one of you will grow and become greatly successful in whatever you choose to do. Our school already excels in academics, sports, music, and fine arts. We've been bred to be above average, and we've all heard the repeated phrase that we are exemplary. As the great Aesop said, in union there is strength. We have grown up together, we have succeeded together, we have overcome obstacles together. We have experienced severe hurricanes together, a national scandal together, and have an original musical that we can call our own. But from all the lows to all the highs, we are now graduating together. And all that matters is looking forward to what the future may bring us. A simple 4-letter phrase sums up all we need to continue on. YOLO. You only live once. I urge you all to push yourselves and really strive to reach your full potential, because you only have one life to live. And by doing this, I know we can together reach unthinkable heights. And remember, once a falcon, always a falcon. Thank you and congratulations again. The colors will now be presented by the Clear Lake High School JROTC Color Guard.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the honoring of the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. And now presenting the Deaf Culture Club and Sound Waves in the presentation of the national anthem.
America, God shed his grace on thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets with girth bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Will the graduates already enlisted in one of the branches of the Armed Forces of the United States of America please stand? Here today in Veterans Memorial Stadium, and on the occasion of this commencement ceremony, we pause to salute you for choosing a military commitment to serve your classmates and your country. We trust that you will serve with dignity and honor, and we are grateful for your dedication to our freedom and our country. Bless each of you as you serve.
Please be seated. Now it is my honor to introduce to you our special guests. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been made. Seated here on stage, first from the Clear Creek Education Support Center, Dr. Greg Smith, Superintendent of Clear Lake Independent Schools. Dr. Stephen Abell, Deputy Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Alex Torres, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Schools. Ms. Holly Hughes, Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Schools. From the Clear Creek Board of Trustees, Dr. Ken Ballaker, President of the Board. Ms. Ann Hammond, Vice President. Ms. Wynne Weber, Secretary. Mr. Robert Allen Davey, Member. Mr. Charlie Pond, Member. Ms. Paige Rander, Member. Ms. D. Scott, Member. From the Clear Lake High School staff, Deborah Dixon, Clear Lake High School Principal. Dr. Trampus Bass, Associate Principal. Mr. Christopher Lofton, Dean of Instruction. Mr. John Palumbo, Senior Assistant Principal. Ms. Vicki Pittman, Lead Counselor for Clear Lake High School. Please join me in recognizing our guests with a round of applause.
In January 2008, Dr. Greg Smith joined Clear Creek Independent School District as Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Smith brings over 25 years of education and leadership experience to Clear Creek. Dr. Smith earned his bachelor's degree in elementary education from Oakland University, master's degree in education administration from University of Houston Clear Lake, and his doctorate in education administration from Texas A&M University. Please welcome Dr. Greg Smith.
Well, thank you and greetings. It's great to be here on a Sunday night versus a Saturday morning with temperatures near 90 degrees. So I appreciate the shift and certainly appreciate the flexibility as well. Well, good evening, Clear Lake Falcons. Congratulations on your graduation. Before I get any further, I want to let you know you're the 6th of 6 graduations here this weekend. And I want to take a moment of sheer pleasure of making sure that we acknowledge a lot of people behind the scenes. We have maintenance and operations, transportation center, we had the technology department, and anybody and everybody. So parents and students alike, please join me in applauding all the people that worked around the scenes to get you here tonight. I also wanted to take a moment and acknowledge all of the veterans in the stands that have worked so hard to make our country free and give these students a great opportunity that they've had over the past 4 years. So please rise and let us acknowledge you as well. Thank you. Today is the culmination of about 12 years of academic study. And as a high school principal, I used to tell students that high school will be the best 4 years of your life. But now I have to know, and I do know, that it really can't be. It cannot be. For that means that after tonight, it all goes downhill from here. Your time at Lake hopefully has been special and unique, but I promise you it is not all downhill after tonight. Rather, the best is yet to come. What that best looks like, none of us can know, but you are prepared for your next adventure, and you are prepared well. Look around. Here tonight you see your classmates, your teachers, your family and friends. Just think about how much you have learned from them. Hopefully, they made you a better person as you have made them. That is who we are in Clear Creek ISD, and that is who you are at Clear Lake High School. You have learned from the best just by being here. The most significant lessons, however, did not necessarily occur in a classroom. Academics are important and real critical. And we celebrate a little bit more than that today. We celebrate character, which will determine your success in the future, not necessarily your grades. Life may not take you down the path you planned with or for, but with your character and foundation you've laid at Lake, it can still be a very, very good path. You also find life is full of choices. We wake up every morning and we make a choice. Are we positive or negative? Will you wake up tomorrow focused and celebrate the blessings in our lives? It is certainly easier to do on some days than others, but it is a choice. Even in our darkest days, we can choose the brighter path, the one of gratitude. You have the skill sets, the academic, social, and emotional skill sets to commence your life. And one of the most important skills that you learned along the way was how to read. Consider for a moment the many intangible byproducts of reading. Not only does it improve your knowledge base, but it boosts your ability to think analytically. It gives your memory, as we refer to it as, more mojo, and makes you a better writer. These are the skills that will serve you well as you head off to college and the workforce. Think you don't have enough time to read? Well, you're wrong. And how do I know? Because we make time for the things that are most important to us. And for those of you who are looking for something interesting to read this summer, I'd recommend that you start with Newsweek magazine. And why Newsweek? Because you're in it. This sea of blue, you're in it. It evaluated over 2,300 schools across the country to identify the top 1,000 high schools. And it's my privilege to inform you that Clear Lake High School has been designated as one of the best high schools in the United States. I am certain the chapter you are about to close tonight is met with some apprehension. And I encourage you to approach this uncertainty with the same resolve and vigor you demonstrated during the most trying times in high school. You may not know it at this very moment, or may not even know it tomorrow, but you have what it takes to succeed inside you. After all, you had Cameron Blizzard as a role model. Cameron is perhaps one of the most outstanding and courageous students I have ever seen. His junior year at Clear Lake, he was diagnosed with cancer. He was homebound during treatment, but his family, teachers, friends, and his community did not give up on him. And better yet, he did not give up on himself. He managed to keep his grades up, stay enrolled in advanced classes, and even jumped into the class ranks. Cameron is cancer-free tonight. And not only does he demonstrate the spirit of Clear Lake High School, he will take this spirit and be part of the 12th man at Texas A&M University and play a little golf along the way. I did say Texas A&M, did I not? Thank you. So when you think life throws you a few lemons, think of Cameron, and perhaps you'll make a little more lemonade. And so on behalf of the Board of Trustees, let me say how very proud we are of each and every one of you. I hope that you are proud of yourselves and proud of your diploma. And when you go off to college and someone asks, hey, where did you go to high school? I want you to look them in the eyes and say, I went to Clear Lake High School, one of the best high schools in America. Well done, Falcons. Good luck.
At this time, Vinamrata Singhal, our salutatorian, will address the class, followed by the valedictorian of the class of 2012, Pooja Yesantharo.
Before I begin my speech, I'd like to thank the three biggest groups of people in my life. God, for giving me the ability to live this wonderful life with all of you amazing people. My family, specifically my father, my mom, and my brother, for always being there and supporting me. As well as Wikipedia and Google for teaching me everything I know so I could become salutatorian. I'm joking. Let's give a huge round of applause to all the teachers in the audience who helped us get here to this day. Fellow graduates, family, friends, and faculty, welcome to the graduation of Clear Lake High School's class of 2012. I stand before you as a salutatorian of your graduating class and am given the difficult task of saying a few words before we all part ways. Yet before I address the students, I'd like to address my speech to the parents. Parents, you're probably wondering, what is high school like today? What exactly, was it exactly like what I went through? And most students would agree with me by saying the answer is no. Some imagine high school to be a jungle, like in Mean Girls, with everyone at each other's throats claiming that the limit does not exist. Others imagine it to be in the style of a more older film, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, with the ultimate goal being to counteract authority. Or Glee, with students and teachers singing and dancing like it was a Bollywood movie. However, I see it more in the style of a recent film, The Hunger Games. See, the whole system of Hunger Games is like high school, in that each of us is competing against each other for some reward. Yet we're still friendly and their alliances just like their cliques. The Capitol can represent the administration, making sure that all the rules are being followed. Each of us desires to be the winner of the epic Hunger Games, with for each of us being a different meaning, whether it be to being in the top 10%, getting into a dream college, winning that special scholarship. But the difference between the Hunger Games on screen and the high school games that we have all just gone through is that there's not one or two, but 839 winners standing right here before me. And that is an amazing feat to accomplish. So give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. So the second question most parents ask themselves is, what exactly did my child learn in high school? Well, at Lake, we learned that honesty is the best policy. We learned how to pull together to cheer for a football team during Beat Creek Week, regardless of the outcome. We learned about being pulled for a mock fire drill to witness a NASA space shuttle launch. We learned about witnessing the green man at pep rallies, or learning how to do the div on Facebook, or constantly being labeled as the biggest exemplary school in the great state of Texas. So, now to the students. Being the AP student that I am, with AP standing for Advanced Procrastination, I have procrastinated with the goal of this speech, which is to give y'all some advice. So here's my 2 cents. My first piece of advice I get from Steve Jobs, the father of Apple, and his commencement speech at Stanford University in 2005. In his speech, he talks about connecting the dots. In other words, taking chances and doing things you love, even if its benefits might not initially be clear. Because later on, somehow, these dots of experiences will connect. Reading this speech a few months back, I was finally able to understand its significance within my own personal life. You see, my life has mostly been characterized by moving around. I was born in India, and in 2000, my parents made this really scary decision to go to Saudi Arabia. There, I experienced racial discrimination of being from India, as well as religious discrimination of secretly being Hindu in a predominantly Muslim country. Then, when my dad announced that we were yet again moving to New Zealand, I experienced further cultural divide and discrimination of being the only non-Caucasian student in my class. People made fun of my accent, religion, clothes, and skin color. Yet I bore through it, and eventually moved to New York, and finally to Texas. Throughout each of these trials, I had no idea what an impact it would make on my future. Yet now I realize that it has made me into a more tolerant and empathetic person, and served as a primary motivator in high school to help others. My parents are both doctors, so I was able to see the healthcare situations around the world, and it motivated me to try to bridge the healthcare divide during high school. And so I guess the message of the story is, don't ask yourself, why is this happening to me? What is going on? But just know that whatever's going on, these dots of experiences that we all have, they will fit in together. It's this beautiful jigsaw puzzle, as Steve Jobs explains in his speech. So it'll make sense later on. So my second piece of advice is this. Life after high school is really scary. It's like, you don't know who's gonna do your laundry the next day, because your mom's not there. But even though there's so much more independence, there's so much more uncertainty. As the great political pundit Stephen Colbert said, life is an improvisation. You have no idea what's gonna happen next, and you're mostly just making things up as you go along, like this speech. Not really. But sometimes life may give you 99 problems. Some of them might be as simple as knowing the days of the week, like we know through Rebecca Black's song, Friday. It's Sunday, by the way. Some of them might be thornier. Either way, just remember not to take life too seriously. We all desire to be successful, but it's sometimes important to just take a break from the seriousness of life and have fun, whether it being with your family, baking, reading, taking a vacation, spending 3,000 hours on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. As a great man once said, either chill out or burn out. So, As the speech comes to this end, and most of you guys wake up, I once again want to thank everyone who made this event possible and fabulous. As your salutatorian, I salute you, and remember, stay hungry, stay foolish, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Thank you.
There's a feeling, a heart-pounding, jaw-dropping feeling, a feeling that we all know. The moment when we look back and realize that our parents are no longer holding onto our bike and we're riding without training wheels. Today, we are in a similar position. Though it took 12 years, our training wheels are finally off, and here we are graduating from high school. No longer can we call our parents to rush over the textbook we forgot, or to have teachers accept homework we didn't turn in 2 weeks ago. But don't worry, as Dr. Seuss says, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who will decide where to go. I address you here today as a valedictorian of the class of 2012, but we have many distinguished students who are not on stage. Look around you. You are sitting next to state, regional, and district champions in sports, members of the top orchestra, choirs, and bands in the state of Texas, varsity debaters, international science fair winners, award-winning artists and dancers, and people who have achievements in things that you can't even imagine, such as the Rubik's Cube. Of course, we have to credit our achievements to those who worked behind the scenes and gave us endless support, such as our family, teachers, administrators, custodial staff, and friends. My teachers and friends have truly shaped me into the person I am today. I would especially like to thank my mother, father, brother, and sister for always inspiring me and encouraging me in all of my activities. Without them, I could not have accomplished half of what I have today. Special thanks also goes to the counselors and College Center staff for guiding us through these 4 years. Also, a shout out to Jason Mallett for always believing in me since kindergarten. Now, as we are poised to head on our diverging paths to college, we all open our arms to each other and cry, while our parents open their wallets and cry. But never forget the wise words of Yogi Berra. If you don't know where you're going, you'll wind up someplace else. If you go through life with no goal in life, then you're just driving without a destination. You just keep driving, but you'll never end up anywhere. Keep your goals in sight and use them as a map to guide your life. This will give you time to relax and to pursue what you truly are passionate about. The class of 2012, graduating 818 unique, diverse people, has huge potential. The amount of cultural diversity in our class has given us all a global perspective that we could not have gotten at any other school. When I was writing this speech, I tried to think of something clever to say, but all that came to mind was math. So here are my 2 cents. Life is like algebra. You will be faced with many variables, but in the end, your family, your close friends, and the solid foundations you have built over the last 12 years will always be the constants. So when you can't figure out what Y is, or have troubling understand how X relates to Z, you always know that you have family, friends, and your morals to help you find a solution. Many people have asked me where I get the motivation to study. I tell them it's from my fear of making butt prints. As said by Bob Moad, you can't make footprints in the sands of time if you're sitting on your butt, and no one wants to make butt prints on the sands of time. So, class of 2012, now is the time to get up and open a new chapter of your lives. As you go forth, don't just observe or criticize. Take action and make a difference. I have no doubt our class is destined for success. On behalf of the senior class, I want to thank all the distinguished guests for joining us on this special occasion. I also want to thank our family, friends, and all the guests for your support. To the senior class, thanks for your time, and again, congratulations.
At this time, please welcome Clear Lake High School Principal, Deborah Dixon.
Welcome parents, grandparents, family and friends and loved ones, CCISD Board of Trustees, Dr. Greg Smith and CCISD administration, faculty and staff of Clear Lake High School, and to you, the class of 2012. I would like to honor and recognize campus administrators and counselors at this time. When I call your name, please stand. Associate Principal Trampus Bass, Dean of Instruction Chris Lofton, Assistant Principals Amy McDonald, Brad Hayes, Jackie Grigger, and Senior Principal John Palumbo. Counselors, Lead Counselor Vicki Pittman, Counselors Amanda Embry, Gary Tittle, Karen Hugh, Denisa Valenzuela, Paula Evard, Randa Teffer, and Darlene Snell. And for Mrs. Digby, Mrs. Holmes, and Susan Satsuda for all that you've done for our graduation, thank you. George Bernard Shaw said, "Life is no brief candle for me. It is a splendid torch which I have hold of for only a moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to the future generations." I can imagine what you must have felt like the spring and summer before your senior year, knowing that Lake's beloved Dr. Moran would not be here your senior year. Who would the next principal be? I know transitions can be difficult for the oldest of a group. Yet here you are, and here we are a year later, and I could not be more proud of a group of young men and women as I am of you. The journey you are about to take once you leave us, the one that starts tomorrow morning, is uncertain. The second part of your life story begins tomorrow. Commencement, to begin. This English noun comes from the same root as the Spanish verb comenzar, to begin. I know the uncertainty you feel and will experience. The journey I took at this time last year was uncertain, but be confident in what you know you want to do. I knew that I wanted very badly to be closer to my family, my brother and my nephew, and I was ready to expand my horizons as an educator and accept the challenge of being a high school principal in a high-performing high school in a great district that stood for excellence, integrity, high standards, and a proven track record of student success. So I knew what I had to do. Take a deep breath, pray, and take the first courageous steps. Starting tomorrow, you will do the same. I knew about you before I met you because Coach Satcher told me how special you are and how special Lake is because of you, the students, the faculty and staff, and our parents, and the diversity among the Lake community, and the high levels of success and achievement you attain each year. Now that I know you and have met you and have a year of cherished memories with you, I have come to regard you with love, respect, and admiration. We have grown together, and our common lives at school have been bound together through prosperity and adversity, hilarious moments like the improv troupe's spoof on the paper shortage and the tardy stations, exciting times when we could step out and be a bit crazy at pep rallies, at Lakestock, and the homecoming parade and barbecue in front of Kruger, or all at the different games. And your amazing successes as district, regional, and state participants and champions in golf, swimming, water polo, tennis, volleyball, baseball, track and field, cross country, JROTC, UIL academics, UIL One Act, Latin team, orchestra, band, choir, debate, and our National Merit Scholars. You all are an amazing class. It was so great to be able to go to your activities and experience your superb performances, whether in the athletics, the academics, or the arts. And you know what? You made each day really special because of the day-to-day camaraderie we had in the hallways and the classrooms, and how heartwarming it was to see your humanitarian outreach through club fundraisers and projects. You have proven yourselves as leaders, scholars, people of character, good citizens, and kind-hearted and compassionate human beings who will make a positive impact in our world. I will always remember you, class of 2012, and you will always hold a special place in my heart because you were my first class as the new principal at Clear Lake. Thank you for your kindness, respect, friendliness, cooperation, and acceptance. This will be the last time you will all be together as one class. You will always be united with a common bond of being a Falcon, regardless of your class rank. You all have the CCISD diploma, and now you must go out into the world and leave your legacy. I hope you remember these words associated with our Falcon mascot. F is for faith. You must have strong faith in life. A, attitude. It's the one thing that can help you or hurt you. L, love. The greatest gift in life is love. C, courage. It comes from the French word that means heart. Have courage in all things. O is for ownership. Own your feelings, thoughts, actions, and decisions. Be responsible and ethical. N is for new. Always seek ways to renew yourself in your life. Make new just so you don't get stuck in a rut. And S is for success. Success comes in big and small ways, in the subtle and unexpected, and in the sublime. And I want to do this together because this is the last time we'll have, and when we did the morning announcements, I always try to end it with "We Are Lake." So I want on 3, we're going to say this as loud as we can shout so everyone can hear us. Ready on 3. 1, 2, 3. We are Lake! Congratulations. Dr. Smith, members of the Board of Trustees, administration of Clear Creek ISD, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the faculty and administration of Clear Lake High School, it is with great pleasure that I certify these students as having met all the requirements set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Clear Creek Independent School District. And now I present them to you for graduation.
Thank you, Ms. Dixon. And I hereby accept these students as graduates of Clear Lake High School, and as they have completed the requirements set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Clear Creek Independent School District Board of Trustees. Congratulations, class of 2012.